I finally got my bearings. It's only taken me like 30 some years of life, but now maybe we'll be on the right track. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Ross the Oliver Man, and today I hope that we can reassemble this. I got a box full of bearings from various sources. The Timken bearings, I got enough to do both sides of the tractor. You can get those on the old Amazon store, so that's pretty cool. I'm gonna put them in my store so you can find them easy. These I also got off Amazon, the outer bearing, but I could not get the Timken variety of these for some reason. I don't know why. So we'll go with good old grade A Chinesium, but I think it'll work. I mean, it can't be worse than what we had in it, which was garbage. What else here? From Agco, I had to get the seal and this cup. This sometimes throws people off. Your cup goes on the tractor and then your seal goes up against it and squeezes in there. This is kind of a trick I found sometimes that, I don't know, it's kind of a give and take. You want it to be sealed tightly, but you gotta try to make sure that you actually have the hub tight and you're not just feeling the drag of the rubber. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. What else? I know that from looking at this, if I can turn it around, I'm going to be modifying this hub, so I'm going to take it out of here after a while. This does not have my homemade modification where I drill and tap that for a grease fitting, because it's awfully handy to be able to stick a grease gun in here and grease the wheels without taking everything apart. And I usually do that to all of them. Some of the old ones had a pipe plug in here. I think it was like 1/4-inch pipe thread, I can't remember. And then you could just take that out and put in your adapter and your grease fitting and grease it, but these aren't even tapped or anything, so I just drill a hole through them, cut some threads, and then go to town. So anyway, oh, I should also mention that our tire is still inflated, so that's handy. So in theory this should go smoothly, but we all know how that turns out, and we're going to do the other wheel too, so we may run into our problem over there. But step one is going to be cleaning up this spindle good, and for that I have the Fiat flywheel resurfacing tool here, so we'll break that out and see if we can use it to work on spindles. So I'll get you stuck somewhere where you're out of the way and we'll go to it. All right, let's see here. Do we have everything? I think we got it passable. Let's lay this down. Let's get our magical environmentally unfriendly spray, and we'll put some of that on there just to say we did. Cleaned it off. Sure. See, now that's good because you can see how it is made. This comes off of here, which, if yours is fairly good shape, you wouldn't have to have that. But while I'm in here, I'm gonna just put new ones on, because, you know, if you look at it, pitted, corroded. But I tried, I wire wheeled it up just to see, and quite honestly that is probably usable. But like I said, we're in here, so now we will double check here. I'll probably go ahead and wire wheel this off too, just to get this cleaned up, and we'll drive the new one on. So we got our old one off, we got that cleaned up, and now we just need to gently, right, put this on in a way that we don't bend it all up. There's probably a special tool for that, but I've never used it. I suppose a large axle type socket would probably be something you could use for a driver. But really, with seals and everything, I just, most of the time, go round and round and gently tap, and then we're good to go. So there's that piece. Now we need to work on our hub. Now this may seem kind of strange, but this is actually kind of a good idea because, you know, you always have a nice surface for your seal on which to ride as it squeezes against this. Other manufacturers did different things. I can't speak for all. Some of them just use a regular type oil seal and it rides over top of whatever surface is here, but then you don't have a replaceable piece if it gets bad. Some manufacturers, I think it's Alice Chalmers when I worked on those, you drive the seal on and the rubber sticks out, and then the other piece, you know, your hub goes over it and it seals it that way. There's like another piece. So that's a good way too. I mean, at least you can replace both pieces. So anyway, like I said, the only thing is making sure that we get, when we go to tighten it down, that we are not letting the surface of this, the rubber, you know, fool us, and that we're not getting it tight enough with the bearing. But we need to get our hub worked on, and then we'll go down that route. The other nice thing about this design is that you can put your bearing on here, and see if I can just show you, and then your seal will go over top of it. So you can actually have your bearing seated all the way down in the dirt like that now, all the way down against the back edge, and then still be able to get your seal over top of it, where a regular oil seal, you have to put the bearing in, drive the seal in, and then put it on as one. So that's kind of an advantage, I suppose. Now for this feller, I'm half wondering if it would be easier, and I really think it would be, to drive the races in. Well, no, I can do it on the table when I have it out to drill the hole. I was gonna say I could use the seat or the tire as a kind of a holder to hold my hub where I could work, but we'll just go ahead and take it off, and you know what I'm trying to say. All right, let's see here. Impact. Well, there's one. Battery getting kind of low, sounds like. Hopefully it's got enough juice to get us through. One more. Yay. Isn't that nice? All right. And there's a hub. All right. I don't know why they didn't just go ahead and keep tapping. I'm sure it saved them some machining expense or something, but it's so much more handy to have this available to be able to put grease in it, you know? So, and they've got a nice thick area so you're not going to crack it. So anyway, we'll get to working on that. I got to decide where I'm going to put it. I think I usually put it here on this taper because that avoids everything inside. There's a heavy ledge where your race goes against in front, so if you drill it straight like through here, you're going to end up hitting right on that, and it's going to be hard. You could put it here or here, but I think I go here because then that gives you more access too. So all right, let's go drilling. Now we always want to follow proper drill press safety procedure, which is having cords dangling beside, loose fitting clothing, nothing clamped down tight, and a bit that's probably not very sharp. So with that being said, I think we're ready to drill. Oh, we did make it through. Okay. This is precision farm machine work. I'm going to clean this out a little bit, I think, before I even attempt thread cutting, just so that I can be sure to get it all clean later. Alright. Again, you can't see, but I can, and it's glorious. Dried grease. Yeah. Isn't that so nice? Yeah, we got chunkage there. Oh, I'm not wearing gloves. I hope there's no mouse piss in this hub. Maybe this will grab a hold of some of the grease and pull it off of there. There. So we have a hole, which is good. We got a tap, which is good. We got a hole that's supposed to be close to the right size for a 1/4 inch tap. Supposed to have a 7/16 hole, so, and it appears that this is going to work good. Let's drop this in our half wore out vise. Sure. Let's clamp it down. It's not going to stay, but let's try anyway. Yeah, see, I told you. Ain't gonna fly. That's nice. Oh. Here we go. Now she's coming into it. You can lube it if you want, or you can go in dry. Your tool will probably last longer if you lube it. So you're going to want something that has no lubrication qualities at all, like brake clean. I don't like ratcheting tap and die sets. That may be an unpopular opinion among some of you, but I like rigid handled stuff so that you can feel when it's getting tight. You can back it up, you can go whatever you have to do without switching a ratchet. Sometimes ratcheting stuff has its place, and in that case I have tap adapters for, you know, regular ratchets. But I bring that up because one time somebody got, when we were working in the shop, a ratcheting tap and die tool set, and I just never did really care for it. I'd rather have the old snap-on TD 2425 set, I think is what I have in the rollaway box. Well, we have what appears to be threads. We don't have them all the way down, but we don't need them all the way down, because this isn't going to go in all the way anyway. Alright. Let's tighten this in. Nope. Yep. All right. And that's all she wrote. If you really want it to go down in there more, you can keep cutting threads till you're way, way down in there. But that's good enough for who it's for here, so we're just going to leave it alone. It's in there plenty tight. And I know from experience that they will stay. I guess whilst we have this off, I can show you inside there. The other day when I was driving the races out, I was looking for these cutouts. See, here's your lip that your race sits against, and there's a couple cutouts on each side so that you can get a punch in there to drive back and forth and drive them out. But usually this is all cake full of grease, and you got to kind of rub the punch around and find the groove so you can tap it out of there. But we are now ready to install these new ones in here. So I'll set you down and we'll do that. One more shot of the magical juice, just to be sure that we're plenty dirty. You can do this multiple ways. I just use a punch. Like I said, if you're patient and careful, go back and forth. We're getting there. I never grew up with a punch and seal driver. This is what we had to do. Are we there? There we are. Are we up there? Yeah, we're up there. All right. So, front one is in. I really need to find my shop towels back. Where did I put those? Oh, at the store. That's right. Okay. Let's see here. To put in the other one. Where did it go? Went here. Oh, this goes without saying. But I'll say it anyway. Make sure you put these in the right way. Because I know a guy who drove one of these in backwards in a trailer hub, and it did not have the cutouts, and it was next to impossible to get that back out. That made me laugh because I thought that this was self-explanatory, but just in case, I'll tell you, that really makes me laugh. That was oh yes, that's what we like. Brake clean in our face. There, look at that baby doll. I think we're ready to roll here. We'll go back to the tractor now. All right, this is the part I'm going to not do anything. We're going to drive the seal in to this hub, and then we'll put the bearing on the spindle, and then We'll slide the hub on and we'll put the outer bearing in. So let me tap this in and get this where it belongs. All right, so put your seal in and then don't look too close at it, because it is difficult to drive that around. Maybe a flathead screwdriver with a thick end on it is what I used, and it kind of helps you push it in there. You'll probably kind of fold the edge a little bit in places, but do what you got to do. You know, like I said, if you have a cup driver or something that you can get in between there, a giant round socket maybe, but I don't know. Whatever you got to do to get it in there is better than not having a seal at all. Now we're going to take our bearing into our greaser here. And we're going to push down on it. Work it. Come on. In the wintertime, it's really fun to use the greaser because everything is so cold and stiff. All right. There we go, come on. It should be totally full of grease, inside and out, after running it through the old greaser. All right. I make a mess, and I don't care. Too much grease is better than no grease. So you can always, you know, clean it up, but you can't put more on after the damage is done. So grease, it does the body good. All right, very gently, very gently. All right, it's solid. That's what we want. Now we'll put the hub on. All right, let's go here. Are we rubbing? Yeah, we're rubbing. Okay, I'll let that sit. We'll do our outer bearing, which consequently, I don't know if I said in the last one or not, the inner bearing 25,580, 25,520, and then the outer bearing 25,821 race, 25,878 bearing. So that's what you need. You also need to remember where you put the nut and all that stuff. I think I laid it on the floorboard the other day when we were doing this. And if you don't have a fancy greaser, you can do it by hand. You just have to make sure you get grease in between the bearing. A lot of guys just smear grease on the outside and they think that's good. No, it needs to be in the bearing or it will run dry. So you can put grease on and kind of smack it and roll it around, get it in there. But so long as you have grease in the bearing, that's what you are after. Now, come on, Barry. All right. Let's go get our washer and our nut and wipe more grease off our hands. I know it would make sense to wear gloves. That would make it easier, but 37% battery left, so we've got to move. Put the washer on. I'm going to put this nut on. And then we're going to have to tighten it in here. Let's get the pliers again. Sure. Are we going to do this correctly? No. Wish I had more time to work, so I didn't always have to quit and go do something else, but that's the way it's been the last good while. I'm getting sick of it. Now, is that... See, we're tightened down. But this can end up biting you, because what you're probably going to want to do is take it and run it and then see after a few days what the looseness is, because the rubber is going to fool you. And see, I think that's too loose. It needs to go more. And then you go more, and then it's too much. See, you can feel... Oh, that's in the... Okay. I see my spindle's got some play in it too. And that's fooling me. So maybe we'll go back. Go back until we can drop this in. I think it's on top. I don't think that's right. There? Maybe? Question mark? I think that's what we want. However, we need to find out what... We've gotten grease in the hole again, and I can't see where it's at. All right. Factory approved cotter pin service tool right here. Not really so much. And I don't understand why it's being a problem, because it shouldn't be. Let's see here. Should we go this way, or should we go this way? Probably that way. There. Now, that unfortunately put our long side on the inside. Maybe that's the way it was, I don't remember. Does it matter? No. All you're after here is making sure that it doesn't jump out. And then this one, we just need to make sure the cap will go on. All right, I think we got this one about licked. We just need to put our hubcap back on, and then we will grease it some more. I'm also considering cleaning this all up and giving it a coat of paint real quick, because it's getting kind of paintless in some places, and I don't know about that. Looks to me like it actually, when it was under a load, the rim was rubbing here, so I probably need to invest in some new rims for this and get the correct back spacing. I think the other one is better than this one, but one of them, at least this one, looks like it's awfully close to where it is, and I don't like that. But let's put this cap on so we don't get dirt in our new work. And it looks like to me we lost a lock washer, which maybe we did that the other day, and maybe it never had one. All right. One more of these shots. Sure, let's just give it one of these. Redneck rebuild. Also, if you're wondering, Rust-Oleum, Oliver Green. This is an almost perfect match to Meadow Green, I found. And I waited over 2 years to get them to make more for me. So go to your local store and demand it. Maybe then they'll make a whole bunch, because they make colors in order of priority. So if it looks like everybody's using this, they might make it for us. It seems to be good paint, as all Rust-Oleum paint is. Holds up good. But most importantly, it's a close color match, and that's what I like, because a lot of your farm store Oliver Green is not even anywhere close at all. So thank you, Rust-Oleum, for at least knowing how to get the color right. Now please keep making it so that morons like me can finish our projects like this. All right there, armchair experts, I think we're going to call that a video. We'll let this dry, and then putting the wheel back on, that's nothing exciting. And we'll tear into the other side. I don't know if I'll film that, but at least now you see how that is put together inside, because I had someone just ask me the other day how that seal and cup deal works. So hopefully I got enough good footage that you understand how that goes. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.